Hello, welcome to Scrap Time episode 673. My name is Christine and on today's episode I'm showing you the Uncommon collection from Authentique. Today I am showing you a new company called Authentique, and this is their collection called Uncommon. They have 4 or 5 other collections, but I'm just working with the one today. And here I've used a couple of their papers. This pink paper is more or less solid, and I used the Tim Holtz Distress Stain in the pink sponge sugar with the Crafter's Workshop template, just to get this little bit of the little diamond pattern around. So that I added to the paper. It wasn't on there. And then there's all these different die cuts. And they have a few little sheets like this that have the different die cuts and the borders and sayings and shapes and stuff. Here's where those circles came off. And you just punch them out. There's journaling, borders, all different type of die cuts. And they have a few different sheets of those. And then here are sticker words. And it's a big sheet like this, so you get so many different words that you can use for your journaling. So that's really great too. And then down here I took the die cut and I just put some glossy accents over it to make my own little epoxy shapes. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a little bit. I just want to show you some of the papers too, just so you can see. Here we have that print, and on the back is another great pattern. And the paper is a really nice weight cardstock, and it has a little bit of a texture to it, just like a little bit of bumps, which makes it really nice to work with. Here on the back of this one too, it's another pink with white design. So all the papers are double-sided. Now that one I showed you, like this one here, has a bit of texture, whereas this is more of sort of their cardstock-ish piece, and it's a lot flatter. So the ones with the prints have a bit of texture, whereas this is just a smooth sheet here. Okay, next, here I made just a really simple card. I like this pattern here. So that one has a texture, whereas this pink piece is considered part of that coordinating cardstock in more of the solid color, so that's smooth. And this is another one of those die cuts with the really nice saying, these are the days of miracles and wonder. So that would make a really nice baby card for somebody, I was thinking. Then I did an art journal page with it. I took some of those die cuts here and just added them in. Some say this is, you are my favorite, create a life you love. Whatever you are, be a good one. And then I cut a little strip of paper there. This was off a piece of paper, this flower, and I cut it out and the words. And I used the stress stains over the whole thing just to sort of wash it down a bit. Then I doodled around. And again, I used a combination of the word stickers with some letter stickers. So they have a couple little alphabets. This one is the square. And then they have some little round alphabets. So it's really nice. You can mix and match between the words. And then if obviously they wouldn't have the word Gemma. So I used my alphabet stickers to add it in. Here we have some more of those die cuts. There's also a large alphabet like that. So that gives you a few different ways you can use these products. Now I'm just going to quickly show you that technique. So here on the die cut sheet we have this little shape here. And I usually put it onto my project before putting the glue on, but in this case I'll just do it right here. I'm using glossy accents. You can get it in the regular large bottles, but if you don't use a lot of it, these little bottles are so great because this glue goes a really, really long way. Now although you can use it on top, you can also use it, I use it to glue on like buttons and metal embellishments and that. But to make this go from flat to a sort of an embossed epoxy finish, I take my glue, and you just want to put a layer over it. Now this glue doesn't self-level, so it will stay with that texture. So you just sort of fill it in like that if there's little holes, and you let it dry, and then suddenly you have, well, not suddenly, but then it gives you just that nice finish like you see here. It just has that nice gloss to it, sort of that epoxy finish. And that was just by using Glossy Accents by Ranger on your die cuts. So hopefully you will check out the Authentique website so you can see all their collections and all the products they have available. Well, that's it for today's episode. Be sure to check out my website at www.scraptime.ca. And on our next episode, I'm showing you the Trim Air by Westcott. So please join us. Thanks for watching Scrap Time.